Not gonna. I hope it's not gonna pick up the AC.
If it picks up, it'll be a low level hum. But I think it's worth it. I'll do my best to block it out. Just make sure you're like on the mic.
Make sure I'm silencing my cell phone.
Silence is golden. Mm-hmm. But yeah, dude, we is live.
No? Oh,
we're live, man. We're on.
Welcome to another installment of Morning Drinkers.
It's been probably like a month.
Yeah, we were on a small hiatus because of the Couf.
No. That's not. Don't.
It started.
We'll get into that.
It started with my trips to the Midwest.
No, started even before that.
It started with the wedding.
with the wedding, I think, right?
No, we already did an episode of the wedding.
Okay, we did post-wedding. So this is how long it's been. Okay, I think when it actually started was because you went to the Midwest after Arizona, right?
I never went to Arizona.
I went to Arizona.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it started because
our guests could not make it during the only times that we had available.
Exactly. So I go to Arizona.
See, this is what we do to cater to our guests.
Yeah, I go to Arizona for a few days, play a couple shows. I come back. We're supposed to have a guest. Couldn't fit our schedules.
Wait, let's cheers real quick.
Yeah, dude. We're so fucking
I'm still kind of scared to cheers, but yeah.
Why?
Oh, no, you got the antibodies.
I'm good. So, okay. Recapping here. So, then you go to the Midwest.
Yeah.
And I couldn't find a guest. So, I think as a result, it was just like, that was like the official, all right, well, we're not going to do one this week.
Yes.
Following week.
I'm pumped.
You're pumped. You're ready. And then I hit you with the...
unfortunate
hey,
delivery call.
Caught the Couf. The Delta got me. The Delta got me pretty hard. It
buried its way in you.
It did some damage. I literally had every fucking symptom. Like a lot of people were like, "Oh yeah, did you lose your taste and smell?" Like, yeah. Did you get body? Yeah, fever, chills, dude. Like every symptom.
Yeah. Okay. Now let me tell you my reaction. So you call me, right?
Yeah.
And you say,
"I got the Couf."
He's healthy.
He'll be all right.
He works out.
I mean, yeah.
He eats well.
Yeah.
How bad can it be?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
All right, man. Hope you feel better.
Right, yeah. Yeah.
And then I check in on you and you're like, over the phone, I know you're like wrapped in a blanket. And like, I can like feel you cough.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, this isn't good.
Yeah. But here's the thing. Your initial reaction was correct because I never felt like, fuck, I need to go to a hospital. Mm-hmm. Like, this is really bad. Like, I'm fucking dying. Like, I never felt like that. I felt like shit, for sure, as one does, like, if they get the flu. And that's what it felt like. It felt like having a flu that just wouldn't go the fuck away. And when you think it was gone, 3 or 4 hours later, it'd come back in a wave that you're like, God damn it, I need to sit on the couch again or lie down, whatever. Yeah. So that was really the most annoying part. And I hated it. I wanted to prove the doctor wrong because it was after 3 days, I felt good. Like I woke up, like, because the 3 days prior, I was like, fuck, I'm like getting hit with the flu, right? And then I wake up one day and it's just like, I feel fine. Like completely fine.
I'm gonna dive in just to make this story longer. Because I'm trying to picture you like waiting around your fucking your condo, like in pain. Like, as we discussed in previous episodes, that we've adopted the dad noises. Mm-hmm. Were you moaning and groaning like every like
So yes, but not then. So I'll get to that.
Okay.
So the So it's like Friday, and I feel good. But I still hadn't gotten my results yet from the doctor, even though I was like, I for sure have it. I lost the taste, the smell, and that's when I knew. I was like, ooh, I for sure have it. Mm-hmm. But I still wanted them to like say like, hey, you have it, you know? So I call the doctor. Actually, it's the nurse practitioner. Doctor was out. And they're like, yeah, you tested positive. How you feeling? And I was like, honestly, I feel okay. Like, my taste was starting to come back and the smell too. Mm-hmm. Like, it was faint, but it was coming back. And I said, like, I feel energized and I feel good. Like, I think like the worst is over. And she was like, yeah, that can happen. And I was like, what? And she's like, yeah, prepare like the next like 6 to 10 days. They could get pretty bad. And I was like, I don't know. I think I'm good. I think I kicked it. And she was like, well, let's hope. And I was like, this fucking bitch.
Did she have a smirk on her face? Like,
no, I mean, this is on the phone. So I don't know. Yeah, like, this is on the phone. So I was like,
hey, sometimes you can feel them roll their eyes.
Right, though. Right. And I was like, but I'm fine. I was like, I feel fucking great. And so I'm just chilling here, you know, throughout the day because I still have to quarantine. And then like Friday evening starts rolling around. I'm all, ugh, starting to feel a little hot again. And this fucking bitch was right, dude. The next like 6 days or so, that literally like a full week actually. It was pretty rough. Like I couldn't break this fever. Like I said, there'd be a couple hours here and there, like let's say 2 to 4 hours where you'd feel fine, but then a wave would hit and you're like, oh shit. And that was the worst part, was the fever aspect and then having to lie down. Actually, no. Take it back. That wasn't the worst part. The worst part, and this is where fucking beer. This is where the dad noises really came into play. It was probably, so that was Friday when she told me that. Next week, probably around Tuesday or Wednesday. Because of me essentially lying down the whole time, my back starts to flare up. Like my muscles get tight. It starts to flare up. And so I'm on the couch right here and I'm like in severe pain. Like my back is in severe pain. And to the point where I was like, holy shit, I need to stand up and just like walk. Mm-hmm. And so at one point for like hours, I was just standing in the middle of my room or in the middle of my living room, like watching YouTube, watching TV and just coughing and just like standing there. And I was like, oh. Like it's so much pain. I was just like, oh. Like I remember like, and then when I'd have to like take a piss, I'd go and I'd go to the bathroom. I was like, just fucking go away already. Like, oh my God. Like it just wouldn't go away. It just lingered. So that was probably the worst part of it. It wasn't the COVID symptoms. It was what came as a result of having to lie down all the time was my back flaring up. And that was like legit, like, holy shit. I was like digging the Theracane in me, trying to do everything. And while like having a fever and aching already.
Fuck that, dude.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you shook it.
Yeah.
You got you're blessed with antibodies.
I got the antibodies now. Mm-hmm. And hopefully they're strong for a very long time. Hopefully they're like young Jamie.
Yes.
Over at Rogan's, mm-hmm. who had the Couf last year, and they've been testing, you know, all the time, and he still has antibodies from last year. Yeah, like, and apparently they're like through the roof.
Who knows? I mean, he's virile, man. He's got no neuropathy problems. I don't assume. Neither do you. So one could only hope.
I did during.
Yeah,
dude.
Jesus,
dude. During.
Did you try doing like a fever jerk?
Yeah, I jerked it.
But you're sick.
Yeah. But you still gotta test yourself. You're like, how sick are you? Because if this doesn't work, I'm pretty fucking sick. You know what I mean? So,
because before you segue into this, I remember Chappelle talking about this, and then me just like having that moment where like I was like, I relate. Where he's like, you know, you're kind of like getting older. You've experienced shit when you start jerking off. He just kind of stopped.
Yeah, stop.
Just put it away. Yeah, he's just like, what am I doing?
I don't allow myself to get there. That's why I was like, you know what? It's been a couple days.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if it works.
Yeah,
like, because I didn't even have, I had like no, I mean, obviously you're like really fucking sick. You're not fucking horny. So you don't have any urge, right? But I was like, nah, it's time to challenge myself. What am I going to do? You know, I was like, I'm going to test myself. Yeah. So I went to war and it got pretty hot. It got pretty hot. Like, I mean, I'm like dripping because I'm sweating while just jacking.
But okay.
Yeah.
Was it
wasn't even that pleasurable.
I was gonna say was it hard work getting aroused and to get or staying hard or getting hard?
It wasn't as hard as like it usually is.
Uh-huh.
Like it was definitely like this is forced, but hey, we'll rise to the occasion.
So you just choking the bass and smacking it?
You're a bum. No, it was still cooperating, but it was definitely like dude, like if like basically if he could talk, he's like, you know, we don't have to do this. We don't have to do like if
he's wrapped in a blanket coffee.
Yeah, like he's like, I won't tell anyone if you just put it away. You know, like that's what it was like. But I was like, no, we're gonna do this, right?
Yeah.
So I had a couple.
And then it looked at you like it's about to press charges.
Yeah. So I had a couple days where I challenged myself, and so Friday when the nurse practitioner calls me, she's like, you have 7 to 9 more days to quarantine, and then you're good. And I said, okay. So the following Friday was day 7, and I felt good. I was like, I wasn't like 100%, but I was definitely like, okay, I
felt like I got a groove back.
I definitely feel way better than I have the previous
in years,
the previous week, right? And I was like, well, it's been the 7 days, not the 9 days, but it's been the 7 days. I just want to go outside. Because sometimes I was going outside to take like a walk just to get some sun. I wouldn't be around anybody, but I would like take a walk, try to also get some sort of cardio.
How hard was that?
It wasn't too bad.
You weren't really like...
No, there was, but you know how I sprint up the stairs? I do that. But what really did it was just, I was in the sun and I would get hot. So really it was like I would overheat because of the fever. Like you can't get rid of the fever. So I'm like walking outside in the sun with a fever, and I'd come back and I would just like hit the couch and I'd pass out for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
But Friday, so that's the Friday rolls around. I was like, all right, it's been the 7 days. I'm going to go outside, and I ran a couple errands, still maxed up, still did all that shit, went to Target, ran a couple errands, and I felt good. The next day, I feel good again. And then Sunday, that's the 9th day, that was like, you're good. I went to, I felt fine. I went to a family function, like barbecue, cocktail kind of thing. I had just one drink, some food, and I was fine. And then Monday, which was yesterday, that's when I felt really good.
Monday was 2 days ago.
That's right. Sorry. 2 days ago. I'm all over the place. So yeah, it was Monday. I felt really good. And I was like, all right, cool. But I had to teach. And I got invited to a barbecue, but I was like, fuck, I got to teach. So I taught. And then Tuesday, which was yesterday, was like, okay, now I feel really, really good to the point where I was like, there was like a pep in my step. Where the previous days where I felt good, I wasn't smiling. I was just like, I feel better. But like, there was just something like, I felt down.
Or you didn't want to be too optimistic. It was like...
There could have been that, but I was like, no, I think I'm over it. Because
it's like, I tried to prove the doctor wrong.
Right.
And I was wrong.
Right, but at this time, there was already like consecutive days where I felt that way. And I was like, okay, I think I'm good, right? But yesterday, there was like an extra pep. Like I woke up with energy that I was like, oh shit. This is like what it was like before I got sick. Like there was energy. And then, so I run a couple more errands. I even called you, and the way I described it, I talked to Diego last night. The way I described it was like, I think my testosterone came back. Like with
and you really fucking cranked it out.
Did. Yeah. I really, like he was like, hey, we're ready for duty.
Yeah.
And he
like an active soldier.
Yeah. He pulled up and he was just like, yo, I got my boots. Like, what's up? And twice. It was a nice Tuesday afternoon. Jeez. I was like, yeah, I felt really, really good. I almost even trained yesterday, but I had some students in the evening, and then I had a gig, and I was like, nah, I'm just gonna chill. So I went to train today, which, whoa, out of shape.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I've never been that like winded and felt weak during the warm-ups, like, ever. Really, I don't even think I was like that as a white belt. I was just like, holy shit, I am weak. I am gassed.
Well, you didn't really do much.
Exactly. I didn't do anything for 2 weeks. And so then I'm drilling. I'm helping these two white belt. Oh yeah, and then top it off actually was like after we do the warm-ups, Johnny's like, all right, Brian, come here. Like, I'm the dummy. I was like, for real?
Yeah.
Like, are you kidding me? I've been gone. And so he's using me as the dummy, and then I'm helping the two white belts as we're drilling. And then afterwards, it's time to roll. But I was just like, I'm not rolling. Like, I'm not there yet. I'll ease into it. I'm gonna drill, but I'm not gonna roll. And I told Johnny, and he had it, and he was like, oh yeah, it took me a while to come back. He's like, sit down, you're cool. But I got home afterwards, and I was like, fuck, that took it out of me. It took it out of me.
I mean, just any 2-week vacation from training will fuck you up, but adding that to it, fuck that. Yeah. That wasn't really a vacation.
Yeah, well, it wasn't. I was just, and it was literally just, agony. And I told my barber too, I told him, I was just like, man, I was so gassed at training. He's like, yeah, I mean, if you didn't literally do anything for 2 weeks where like you weren't even walking much, anything, he's like, yeah, you're gonna be dead.
You're gonna be hurting.
Yeah.
Hurting for a squirting.
But yeah, man, that was my Couf experience. I feel good. I'm hoping to have the strong antibodies. I'm hoping I'm like out of the woods, you know. I have Negative Nancy on the phone last night talking. He's like, well, you can get it again. I was just like, you know, cool, man.
Thank you for the uplifting.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't know, like I'm here. I was here for 2 weeks. I did my own fucking research as he does too, and it made me feel better. Maybe I was like looking at the things I wanted to reinforce my own beliefs. But I just kind of was like, I feel good that I made it through.
I don't trust all the research.
I don't trust a lot of the research either. But
I'm talking about from both y'all. Like, it's just like it's like because I'm on the text thread. Like, Omar and I are on the text thread on the receiving.
But we didn't even talk about it that much.
No, but like in the past.
In the past,
when you guys are firing off back and forth, it's just like, well, I don't know. I don't know who to choose.
Check this out. Here's why I don't trust a lot of his research so much.
Mm-hmm.
And it is also because I just don't trust this country that much. Yeah. I literally don't.
Yeah.
And it was funny, not to derail too much, but I was listening to, I think it was Tom Segura yesterday when he was talking to me. He's like,
JRE?
Yeah, did you listen?
Oh, I do, yeah.
So
they talked about some stuff that I never thought they would talk about.
Yeah, and one of the things they talked about actually is like, if you really want to get U.S. news, watch the news about the U.S. in another country.
Yeah, that's why I watch like Al Jazeera and stuff.
Right, and so that's kind of how I look at this country entirely. So I like looking at also and established nations. I'm not looking at like medical journals from the fucking Sudan. You know, like I'm looking at other countries, and I'm just like, what are they doing? And so I look at that, and I'm like, yeah, I kind of trust this a little bit more because I just don't trust this country.
Yeah, I mean, and we've kind of talked about this in a similar way before when it comes to like healthcare.
Yeah,
where like I just always feel better going to healthcare in Mexico. Yeah,
dude. And Dr. Drew mentioned that too, not about Mexico in particular. He's like, you'd be surprised how many drugs that work are outlawed in this country and we can't use them.
Yeah.
Because he was talking about work he did down, I think, in, was it Costa Rica or Nicaragua, like something like that. And he was like, yeah, like we could get drugs down there that work very, very well, and we can't treat the patients here with them for some odd reason. And so that is also why. And then on top of the shit that my pops is going through, I'm just like, man, the healthcare, dude. So he needs a kidney, right? Mm-hmm. He doesn't know his blood type.
But they can't just do that the same day?
Dude, he was in the hospital for like almost 2 weeks.
They draw blood.
They draw blood all the time. Exactly. And he's like, how do you guys not know my blood type? You were drawing blood every day. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, well, that's a different test.
So you never told us.
and then he's like, why don't you test for everything across the board?
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, I don't know. And like, that's their fucking response. And so that to me, that's why like the whole bureaucracy of it all and with healthcare in this country, I'm just like, fuck this place, dude. This place sucks.
Yeah.
It's dog shit.
Yeah. Again, which is why I get treated over there.
Yeah.
But but like not even just in Mexico. Like when I was in Indonesia, dude, and I got sick over there. In 2 days.
Yeah.
In 2 days, they slapped me in my ass and I was fucking cured, dude. Like a preacher just slapped a demon out of me, dude.
Dude, I was doing some research before I went to Africa last year. Mm-hmm. And I even asked around because my main concern actually wasn't COVID at the time, was malaria. And do I need to
Scary.
Yeah. And I was like, do I need to get, shots for the malaria thing, blah, blah, blah. And a lot of the research that I read was saying, if you're going to get malaria meds or whatever, don't get them here. Get them when you land. He's like, because the doctors here don't understand malaria
like the doctor to treat it.
Yeah, like the doctors in Africa do. And they're fucking pros over there at this point now. They know how to treat it. And I was like, that actually makes so much more fucking sense. And so I didn't get any malaria meds, and luckily I didn't get malaria. But yeah.
But yeah, I mean, think about it, man. They know the terrain better than we
exactly.
do. Yeah.
And that's the way I look at this kind of shit. Yeah. It's like, if something comes from that place, I'm not gonna take the advice from a foreigner. I'm gonna go to that place and be like, hey, what are you guys doing over here? Yeah.
Now try to apply that to the news, I guess.
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
Yeah. Well, you would want to take a locals person because we know the terrain.
Right, but I would take your word, or like you said, a local, or my word. I'm not gonna take Anderson Cooper's word.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna, because also a lot of these people, there's an agenda to get ratings.
Yeah.
And that's why when I watch news abroad, or let's say I'll tune into RT or something, even news which is still pretty biased, but like when we were in London, because they talk about American news a lot, or American politics in general. Even watching it over there, I was just like, oh, that's interesting. Mm-hmm. That's an interesting spin. That's an interesting take.
Yeah.
But here, everything's so divisive and politicized because they're just trying to boost ratings all the time.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm done with that.
That's what I'm saying. We should cut it all out and just have public access network. All right.
I mean, if you want like legit real news and see what's going on in this country, it sucks, but you do have to tune into C-SPAN.
Yeah.
At least politically speaking, you do have to tune into C-SPAN. But goddamn, that shit is boring, and you have to sit there for hours.
Dude, that was my life when I worked at the Capitol.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's why I'm telling you, Al Jazeera is my little go-to. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right.
I think it's Al Jazeera.
Yeah.
Al's Zebra or something. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, I like them, and I hate to say it, but Reddit.
Listen, dude, I used to get a lot of my info regarding news / pop culture from fucking Twitter, because the president, the former president, was always on there anyway.
Yeah.
So it was just like, okay, what is he tweeting, and then what are the other people?
How are people reacting?
How are people reacting? And then you go down the rabbit hole and you see, and there's journalists on there too. So you'll follow certain journalists. There's a journalist I follow on Instagram actually. He's an independent journalist, like young dude, but he posts some very, very interesting links, and it's completely unbiased because he's not signed to CNN or Fox or anything like that. And really fucking interesting, dude. Real informative. His links are legit. Like, you fucking go to that shit and you're like, Oh shit.
Yeah.
See, you know, he'll find articles written like, for example, the whole Taliban situation. This was already like almost a month ago, but he found like an article from the Washington Post that was written during the Bush administration and posted it talking about how, I don't know if you heard about this, but when we first invaded over there, we rewrote the Afghan textbooks.
Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah. And so we basically radicalized them even more because a lot of the texts that were in there were violent shit. And so it was almost like karma. Like we radicalized these people as youths, and now they came up and, like Sam Morril said, Taliban's back and better than ever been.
Dude, I'm talking to my my intel in the army.
Army or
in the army, in the armed
Marines?
forces.
In the armed forces.
In the armed forces.
Is it the one that I know?
Yes. Wait, which one?
I know. Wait. Did he just recently moved back to Montana?
No, not him. Okay. No, the one that just visited.
Okay. Mr. Happy.
Yeah, he was telling me that because I vented to him about the situation, and about the inappropriate thoughts, and then I was like, "Hey, man, like, has there ever been a moment in time in history besides the Catholic Church where pedophilia has just been like a normal thing?"
The Greeks.
Besides the Greeks.
The Romans.
Besides the Romans. And I was like, more modern times.
New Guinea. Papua New Guinea.
Okay, that I did not know.
We'll get into that, but yeah, go on.
But apparently, basically like the Sharia law, Islam, the bad guys.
Yeah, the bad guys.
Yeah, I don't know, because I don't know if it's Shangri-La, Sharia. I don't know. I haven't done my research.
Shania's law.
One of those. Yeah. Apparently, they have like their little like sex slave boys that like they just kind of like parade around. It's like normal. It's like a blessing for them to.
Sure.
Apparently, dude. I don't know.
They're depraved.
And then I told him, I was like, is this for real? Or is this like what they tell you guys to make them see like bad guys to want to kill them more?
Yeah.
And so what I'm trying to get is like, I don't trust anybody, Brian.
Yeah, dude. I literally don't.
Yeah.
I don't.
So now tell me about these boys over in New Guinea.
Papua New Guinea. So when, I believe it was around World War II when they found, this an old tribe that was relatively isolated for a while. This obviously, like I said, happened in World War II because we were in the Pacific trying to find.
Be specific.
Yeah, trying to, fight the Japanese, and they landed in New Guinea, right?
Not the Javanese, the Japanese.
Exactly. And so they come across a tribe, and you have these anthropologists there, and they're there studying these people, and basically one of the rites of passage for males, for young boys, is that they have to suck the elders and swallow their semen in order to become strong, virile men. In order to like transition from boyhood to manhood, they have to fucking blow these old timers and swallow their gravy. Now, like,
wait.
And like I said, this is relatively modern because like it's World War II era. It's not like this was like thousands of years ago where the Greeks and Romans.
Okay, let's break this down.
Yeah.
Is this the time when they discovered this tribe? Were they still dressed in feathers and shit, or were they like wearing like?
They're wearing loincloths and shit. I'm sure.
But not like clothes that like.
Not like
came off like a shipping freight.
No.
Like,
I don't
you
think
sometimes
so.
see like in Africa or something.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
They weren't wearing like the Super Bowl losers shirt.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. So they found. So they're still wearing leaves, loincloths, and feathers and shit.
Yeah.
And I'm just picturing this.
Go on. Sorry.
I'm assuming they're malnourished. I'm assuming
I don't know. I don't think they are.
They're like big virile men.
There's a lot of protein in there.
Jesus fuck. So that's what I'm saying. It's like you just picture like this old guy. He's just like shaking with like his like wooden staff, and he's like, "All right, it's time for you to join the club."
Yeah.
And then he's just kind of like he has to sit down. He can't even like appreciate it standing.
Right. Yeah.
And he's just like, he falls asleep halfway through it.
I don't even think they have to be that old.
No.
I literally think
when I think elder, that's what I think of.
I mean, but if you're 12, elders could literally be like a guy in his mid-30s. You know what I mean?
Could be one.
Because listen, the guy you're talking about, it may not be working.
That's what I'm saying. It's like maybe the rite of passage is if you get it out, it's maybe, like damn. It's like,
but maybe that like an old man sometimes. Maybe that's enough just to get him off. Is he's like I'm the supreme elder. He's like, I did it back then. You're gonna do it too. Now suck him.
Oh, what the fuck?
And so he's just over there, and it may not even get it right. He's just getting his jollies like,
He's like, and you're gonna suck.
Yeah,
this guy.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's like he's not even next up to be an elder. It's like he's not even old enough to do this.
Yeah. You want to be a man? Yeah. So that's people in a nutshell.
Oh
People will take advantage of other people forever.
Jesus.
That's just how these things work.
Now, in the Roman times,
yeah,
but everyone was fucking everyone, though, right?
I would say,
or was it the Greek times?
Both. I would say both, but I feel like the Greeks were a little bit more savage with it.
A little bit more open, yeah.
Yeah,
they freed the nipple a lot.
I think because there was a huge split in the Roman imperial era, because towards the end, when Constantine took over, he established Christianity, Catholicism.
Great political move for him, by the way.
Yeah, great move. But he established Catholicism in Rome, and so that kind of, I think, really went from their old, hedonistic ways into the Christian, and that really ushered in a whole litany of other things, because after they fell, you have, the Dark Ages, and then you have, the Templar, if you will, and Christianity sweeps Europe.
Yes.
Then eventually comes here, but yeah.
Crusades.
Yeah,
yes.
Exactly. So prior to that, though, Greeks, early Roman Empire, I think it was bedlam. It was some gnarly shit happening. Yeah. You got to please the gods.
Yeah.
You got to please the gods.
Because I'm thinking about it, because like, when did homophobia started becoming like a thing? Was it because was it the Jesus thing?
I think so.
Because people were fucking each other
constantly,
all the time.
Be fruitful and multiply. And see, that's very Old Testament.
Yeah.
But then Jesus came in and he's like, no, let's just fuck hookers. And he's like, I got mine right here.
I think he got caught. He was like, Jesus, what's going on here, baby? He was like, you know what? This is my hooker. You know what?
She's my Mary. You find your own Mary.
This is an exception. I'm a pretty woman in this situation.
Exactly. And I really think that's kind of what set the tone.
Yeah, so really he got caught up in a lie, and they're just like, we're just going to relocate to a safer location.
Yeah.
No, but what I was segueing into is, I was reading this thing about pirates, and apparently,
yo ho,
aboard the pirate vessel that would take off to sea, it was widely exercised that you would have like your shipmate meaning
your fuck buddy.
Yeah.
I could see that,
and it was like, and people would get married and they would have romantic.
They're pirates, though.
But they're pirates.
Right, but there's a reason the British, the very conservative Brits, did not like them. Yeah. That's probably one of the reasons.
Yeah, so they went down to the Caribbean. They went, went crazy.
Yeah.
But it's everywhere, dude.
Yeah.
It's everywhere. It's in all chapters of history. There's been some sort of just depravedness when it comes to sex.
Bro, we as a species are just so goddamn horny.
Yeah.
And the thing is, if we weren't this way, I don't think we would be where we are as a species in general, like the dominant species, so to speak. Because it's nonstop with us.
Everything we do is for pussy.
I mean, wasn't it you that sent that Reddit clip of the guy fucking a tailpipe?
It was.
Yeah.
It was. I mean, I was gonna throw it in there, but yeah. We'll get into it. But he just had to get it off, dude.
Yeah.
You gotta get the poison out.
You gotta get your jollies, and you gotta get the poison out. Exactly what you said. So the thing is, when you're on a ship and you don't know where the hell you're going, because you're a pirate, you're just a nomad, seafaring nomad. and you got your boy there, and you're just like, it's almost like being in a prison cell where you're like, we don't know, because you're locked in there. You're like, we don't.
I feel like it's not as aggressive.
It might be though, because
the way I read it, it sounded way more pleasant. It felt more consensual.
No. Yeah, I'm saying it's prison in the sense that you're
in prison.
You're in prison because you don't know when you're going to see land again. You don't know when you're going to get off. Also, at the same time, from my understanding on ship faring life back in those days, I mean, really, it was the captain that had it all, and then everybody else was just like down below the deck, like, have fun, good luck.
But even the captain had like his.
Oh, I'm sure. Well, he could have whoever the hell he wants, and
he didn't have his dame with him.
Probably throwing on some wigs.
Yeah. They all wore wigs back then.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's not a pirate's life for me.
And
I could do the rum.
You can do the rum. Dude, I don't know, dude. I feel like the alcohol back then was like fiery, dude.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like, I feel like we've kind of distilled it down to a proper taste, a more palatable taste these days.
Yeah, but you know what? That kind of stuff really makes you hardy.
Yeah, I don't know.
That really makes
because like Law tells me stories of like the alcohol where she's from in those tribal areas, where like everything's homemade, where it's like apparently like in her like little village, they have a severe like alcohol problem because like people like go blind and shit because like they're not making the mixture right or something. It's like too much ethanol. It's just, dude, like people are just like their eyes are all yellow and shit. You know, like they lack nutrients.
I mean, it's true. I was listening to another podcast this past week where they were discussing that alcohol consumption was so common up until really like Industrial Revolution, almost even into Prohibition, because we all know the one was like, oh, it was cleaner than water.
Because water was fucking filthy back then. Yeah.
And since for that matter, and then also it was like in everything, it was in medicine, like for no apparent reason too. I think maybe as almost a preservative, there'd be alcohol in everything. Well,
just think of the history of booze. Yeah. Like Egypt had beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was commonplace for these people to be morning drinkers.
Hey, yo, see you.
Like it was, and for children, even children.
It's for the children.
It's for the kids. Like even children, like before they'd have to go to, because school, the modern school thing that we do is still kind of new. That helped in Industrial Revolution.
Sorry, it's just that reminded me of this old timey YouTuber guy who like would do challenges, and he chugged like a whole bottle of 151, and apparently
he's dead.
No, and apparently like all his like YouTube proceeds go to like charities.
Yeah. So
like right before he chugs it, he goes for the children, and he pounds it.
Jesus Christ.
He pounds it.
So, yeah, it was, and you think about though what that does to a child's development. I mean, to be drinking almost daily. I'm sure they're not getting blitzed, but they're still drinking daily.
The children would get watered down beer the Industrial Revolution in Britain.
Yeah.
When there was like child labor and everything,
That happened here.
That happened everywhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just saying the only thing I've read of the stories of Britain and the Industrial Revolution, the coal mines and all that kind of shit. Kids were given beer on their break that was watered down.
Yeah.
Beer and carrots and shit. I don't know.
I mean, and that culture kind of still persists where they drink younger over there, but they know how to drink. Like they don't do it like Americans do, where they sneak in and they go crazy. You know what?
It's cool you bring this up because I rewatched Dazed and Confused.
Yeah.
And great movie.
Love it. We'll get you a new one.
Great movie. And there is a scene. Well, not the scene. The whole movie is the rebellious, like the kid that's like going into becoming a freshman, and his sister.
Yeah. Mitch.
Yeah, and he goes into the liquor store and he's like, "You 18?"
Yeah.
He's like, "Yeah." He plays it off cool.
He looks like he's 12.
He looks like he's 12, yeah. But he plays it off perfectly.
Yeah.
it's like that experience doesn't happen. Like, not since I don't know. I never really went through that, like growing up in Mexico.
Because you were buying beer, like
I would just buy it,
yeah,
and people would just be like, all right, like I know your parents, you know, like it's just like
I think that could still potentially happen. No, I guess that was probably one of the last eras that could happen here in this country.
Yeah, before they started getting really strict.
Well, when the IDs got better, like back then, it was almost like, I mean, if you watch the Ted Bundy shit, you ever watch, like he was making his ID because it was basically like a fucking paper thing.
Oh yeah,
you know,
it was like really primitive.
Yeah, like you didn't even need a picture. Like, hey, this is me, and people were like, all right, yeah. So like, imagine just you're like showing like, what's my ID? They're like, all right, here's the alcohol.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so, I don't know, but like even like being 16, going up to places, only like nightclubs.
Yeah,
they would like check for like if you're 18, you know, but. Even then, like
they didn't care.
They didn't care, yeah. Where it's like, I guess there was not so much sneaking around.
Yeah.
And the only people that were sneaking around is like if they developed a problem.
Americans.
Yeah.
Going down to TJ.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of problems these kids here have, and I was one of them. Actually, I take it back. I didn't really indulge too much. I had friends that did, though, that really fucking hit the sauce hard. They had problems.
I don't think I've ever had like a friend or close friend that I've seen them like lose their life or like give their life away to alcohol. But I do know of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I definitely have.
I do know of people. It's like we weren't close, but like, you know.
I have a former friend because he...
Yeah, I guess you could say that. Yeah.
I have a former friend. Well, it was basically the alcohol thing because the dude owed me money. Still owes me money. So I was just like, I'm not going to be your friend anymore.
Yeah.
Like you deteriorated and you owe me money and I'm not going to see it because you continuously just spend that money that you owe me on alcohol.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right. You out.
Yeah.
I cut people out. I really don't have a problem. I've cut some people out.
Well, who knows? Who knows what's gonna happen in the future, dude? Maybe.
I don't think with this dude. It's been.
I'm not talking about like your relationship with this guy. I'm talking about this thing that we're talking about. Like,
okay. I think that's the culture.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah, because I remember growing up and like.
But I like morning drinking.
But spring, like being like 12 years old and like spring break's coming and like because I'm from a tourist town.
Yeah.
It's like. Yeah. And like bus loads, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking bus loads. Girls gone wild and shit.
That's a plus.
Yeah, it was pretty cool seeing that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just remember like just seeing like all the mayhem, and I just remember being like, man, like one, like can't wait to like grow up and be able to do that.
Right.
Yeah, but two, it's like, do I have to go far to drink and shit? Like I can't do that in my house. Like why are these people coming all the way over here to do it?
Yeah,
like,
that's a good point.
But it's like because I would see how they would fuck up the town, dude. They would trash the beaches and shit.
It's because everything here is really strict and conservative, and if you don't just like expose them a little bit here and there, give them that knowledge, until you start doing that, you're gonna get that. Mm-hmm. It's no different than, for example, Catholic school not teaching sex education because they're like, nah, sex is bad, just abstinence. Kids are gonna fuck, and the highest rate of teen pregnancy is usually the Catholic kids.
Kids be fucking.
Yeah, and because they don't know anything about condoms, and like, dude, I knew a girl in high school who straight up, her lack of just sexual awareness and I guess just not being around people that would talk about it
got her killed.
No, it was just she thought she lost her virginity as soon as she put a tampon in.
Whoa, did she?
What? Yeah, like she legit was like, oh yeah, I'm not a virgin. I remember she told me. I was like, what? Like, because to me, you're a Catholic boy and it's like, oh shit.
How old are you?
We're like freshmen.
Oh.
And so that's why I was like,
this is 6th grade or something?
No, but we're freshmen in high school. And I was like,
oh shit. Periods in 6th grade?
Some do, I'm sure.
I don't know.
But I was just
I still haven't gotten mine. So.
But to me, when she's like, oh, I'm not a virgin, I was like, damn, like you're fucking already? Like we're freshmen, right?
I was like, yeah, what's up?
I was like, oh shit. And she was like, she's like, no, I'm not having sex with anyone. And then I was like, wait a minute, so you didn't have sex with anyone? She was like, no, but I'm not a virgin because I already had my period and I put a tampon up there. I'm like, what the fuck? That's not. Yeah, I was like, that's not how it works. I have cousins that went to public school. I know this is not how it works.
I've been putting my dick between the couch for years.
For years, I'm not a virgin.
I'm not a virgin. All right.
So it was just like, holy shit, the lack of education, unbelievable. Is this loose already? Yeah,
No, you didn't even put it in.
Yeah.
But yeah, fuck, dude, sex ed. I'm trying to think of like.
We didn't have any.
I remember I got at home sex ed from my parents really fucking early. Like I remember my mom just showed up with books, and then me being like I think 10 years old, and mom being like, all right, like come to the table, I'm gonna show you some pictures, ask questions, and be like, all right, I have no idea what this is, and then no. So 6th grade at Our Lady of Mont Carmel in San Isidro. This is a school run by nuns because
they know nothing about it.
The monasteries right there, and I just remember they're giving a class, and it was very, very Catholic. So it was like, these are what the organs are.
Yeah,
you're not supposed to do anything with them.
Yeah.
This is what just in case someone asked.
Boys, you just pee.
Yeah, and it's like, like you got these that hang here, and this is the spout. Like,
yeah,
like all right, next. Like I just remember it was like that. And me being me, and like with the education I had years before, before this time came, I'm like, wait. My mom says, it's like, if you put that in there, shit comes out.
Yeah.
And I got yelled at.
The nun's like, I wouldn't know.
Or the nun's be like, so I've heard.
Yeah.
You know what? I've been hearing stories.
Yeah, the padre over there.
You know what? Like, since we're just derailing constantly,
I don't think we're derailing.
Neither do I. I remember my mom saying, I think the Catholic Church should remove like the celibacy, like the rule for celibacy.
Yeah.
Like
for like everybody.
For everyone. Yeah.
I mean,
like,
yeah. The other Christians pretty much did.
Yeah. I just remember like being a little kid, like hearing that, and then like being an adult. And then when like all like the allegations started coming out of like,
diddling.
The diddling.
Yeah.
I remember like going up to my mom, I was like, hey, remember when we had that conversation? She was like,
that's why.
What was I saying?
Yeah.
It's like, correct me when I'm wrong.
That's been a movement for a while. And there was a priest I had in high school who actually ended up leaving my freshman year. He left the cloth.
Because he was trying to pursue a loin?
He definitely, it was interesting because he was already on his way out.
Was it a rickety cricket story? Is he homeless now?
No. Okay, I was wondering like in what regard rickety
Father Mara, sorry.
Yeah. No. I mean he was like on his way out because you're a teenager, you're a freshman, you also sometimes ask the inappropriate questions.
Oh.
You don't know this guy though.
No, but I'm saying, like, do you think after like talking to all like these kids in high school all these years, he's like, what the fuck am I doing? Like,
oh, I mean, possibly, but I don't know. I think this is what I think he already had a taste of the good life, because because he was talking. He was like he was a big dude. He played football in college, and not like a Catholic college. It was like a regular university,
a real one.
Yeah, exactly. And then it was afterwards that he decided to pursue the priesthood, so to speak. So I think he already had a taste of the good life. And then after doing the Catholic thing, being a priest for a while, he was just like, and he would tell us in class that he believed that priests should be allowed to marry. He was like, and he told us about like a relationship he has with a woman, but like dude, this is like in class, and he's telling us, and he's like I have a to the point where he's like, she's not my girlfriend. They spend a lot of time together, but he was like pretty much saying like, we haven't done anything, but like I said, after that year, essentially, because after that year he left. And I think he probably got with this chick, and he was just like, "This is what I've been missing, taste of the good life," and he left. Yeah.
That's a Cinderella story.
That's a good story, right?
That's a heartwarming story.
Yeah.
I like it. It's wholesome. Now,
you want another one?
In a bit. Now, I wanted to ask you: Did you ever get that speaker?
Diddled?
At one point, yeah. No, but because we went to the same high school at one point.
Mm-hmm. Not together though.
Not together, but I remember getting a guest speaker priest that was like
rapper.
No, he was like a rebellious dude that like he like followed like the Grateful Dead and shit.
Oh no, I didn't get this guy. I got a rapping priest though.
No. So apparently, I forget the name, and I would like to call Diego to corroborate. Right now,
he just called me, so he's available.
You know what? Call him. While I try to think of this guy's name, because I remember he was a priest that like he surfs. He like loved death metal. Lived in Japan.
Yo, you're on the pod. Oliver has a question.
Well, he can wait. Tell him I'll call him back.
Why?
Because I'm about to park. I want to see if you wanted to play tonight, but it's all good.
He has a question about a former priest at Modern Day.
No, not a priest at Modern Day. He was a guest speaker.
He was a guest speaker.
Yeah,
I don't know.
You know, tell him to go fuck himself, dude. I'm fucking over it, dude. You shouldn't have said that he was on the pod because he was gonna be. Nah, dude.
He's so nervous. He's so nervous all the time,
dude. But point is, this priest, he was like a metalhead. Parents split up or whatever. Like he got kicked out of Japan.
Yeah.
Like he's not allowed back in Japan because like he fucked over like the Yakuza or something.
What?
Yeah.
I definitely never had this guy. This sounds amazing.
Yeah, but like then he found. He said that he got revelations of like the Virgin Mary or something. And
no, he didn't, but yeah.
Yeah, and then he was like, now I'm a priest.
That's the Yakuza. They gave him some shit.
They gave him some shit. But yeah, so no, you didn't have that guest speaker?
Nah, I would definitely remember that.
Yeah, fuck.
I had a priest guest speaker that was a rapper that I still remember the fucking song, the main hook, drilled in my head.
Was it using like the beat to another like a prominent song of the time, or was it Sugar Hill Gang that he just rapped over?
It wasn't
Christian
Sugar
lyrics?
Hill Gang. Yeah. I think it might have been like a Tupac beat because his delivery was almost Pac-like.
Was it like Dear Mama but with Christian?
I know. Yeah. No, I would remember if it was Dear Mama, but I just remember like his main hook was like, "You think you're the only one that has to suffer?" Oh, dude.
Find this man.
No, I don't remember his name.
I want him at my
whatsoever.
wedding.
Yeah, dude, I don't remember his name whatsoever. But he dressed like he was hardcore priest. He dressed like a fucking Franciscan monk almost.
This guy I'm talking about dressed that way too.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but this guy wasn't.
He wore like the wizard robe.
Yeah, maybe
all black.
Check this out.
Just with the little collar.
This one was more gray.
Maybe he has an assortment of them.
Right. But if this is the same guy, then he's probably full of shit across the board and just making shit up every year he comes to guest speak.
Could be, dude.
Yeah.
He just found a story that stuck, and he's like, I'm writing this one.
Yeah, he's reading about like somebody else's life story. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna go with this.
Which perfectly. Yeah, so the book I'm reading
describes the Catholic Church.
Yeah. So the book I'm reading is Lenny Bruce's autobiography.
Right.
It's entitled How to Talk Dirty and Influence People.
Yeah.
And I did not know this, but
he's Jewish.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Holy shit. No. But Lenny Bruce pretended to be a priest.
Oh.
And pulled it off.
Sure.
So what he was doing is
he knows a thing or two about the Bible. At least the Old Testament.
Yeah. So what he did is I guess that he was like scamming charities. So he broke into a monastery first of all.
Yeah.
And like stole like priest clothes.
Hell yeah.
And then like went around to like suburban neighborhoods and was like, oh, like we're treating a leper colony in Costa Rica or whatever. Like, can you give us money?
Right.
And he was like, and I gave 30% to the actual charity.
Yeah.
And he's like, but I just took.
But he pocketed the 70.
And he goes, but after doing my research and talking to all these priests, I was actually giving away more than that they were.
Oh shit.
Yeah, dude.
Nice. I'm sure a lot of these charities are full of shit and they're pocketing majority of the money.
Because we keep talking, and we talk about this before, and we'll keep talking about it. Like, how can you
trust people?
But like, how can you preach humbleness and sit on a throne of gold?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's why I just don't trust people. I don't like them. I mean, I love people. I don't like a lot of people.
Look, I've been got before, and I'm not gonna get.
Exactly.
All right. I'm not gonna get got.
Get.
Mm-hmm.
Get.
Like,
I need to fucking break the seal.
Break a seal.
Dude.
Ponzi schemes is another way people have been so easily taken advantage of, which.
I mean, that's the theme of this. I mean, we're talking about
schemers and deceivers.
We're talking about the Greeks, and we're talking about the Taliban. We're talking about these elders in New Guinea.
They've all been bamboozling people left and right.
It's going to continue.
Yeah.
It's going to continue. I mean, you have Bezos doing the same thing with his Amazon employees.
Dude, even now with like the time of the internet and people are doing their research.
Yeah. As horribly as we do.
But like people still find a way to get fucking bamboozled. Like first of all, anyone that buys off Wish.
I didn't tell you about the time I got scammed or almost got scammed.
Doing what?
Recently.
Doing what?
I was gonna buy a dog.
Oh, I don't know about this. All right, let me have it.
Oh, you didn't hear about this?
No, let me have it.
This was in Arizona.
What? You were gonna come back with a dog?
No. So you know how I've wanted a Basenji for a while, right? So I'm on the forums.
Jesus, you're that serious?
Yeah. I really want this fucking dog. I'm on the forums, and I had sent out some emails and messages. And one was via Facebook. There's like a Facebook page for all Basenji lovers, whatever. I sent one back in July, early July, I believe, and they never got back to me. Well, I am on the road from Tucson. We're driving to Flagstaff, and I receive a message, and they're like, "Hey, are you still interested in getting a puppy?" And I was like, "Yeah." You know, I'm on the road. What am I going to do? So I was like, yeah, let's start like negotiating some shit, right? And they're like, okay, well, you know where we're located? And I was like, yeah, I looked it up. And then they said that it would be this much for a deposit. And then, you know, pay the rest, you know, when you get the dog or whatever. And I was like,
I don't like it.
I was like, all right, I've heard of people making a deposit before, especially for a breed that's like in high demand, for example, like Frenchie or something, right? And it's just, I think the deposit's really just to hold it for you, and then, you know, they return it if you're like, nah, never mind, whatever. Anyway. Hopefully, right? And so this is where immediately it was a little fishy, where they're like, all right, so you're going to send the deposit here, and then I'll send you the paperwork. And I was like, well, why don't you just the agreement form? And I was like, why don't you just send the agreement form first?
Yeah.
And they're like, that's not how we work. And I was like, well, it doesn't make sense for me to send you money first and then you send me the agreement form. Like, I would like to review the agreement form first before I send you anything or sign anything.
Yeah.
And they're like, what don't you understand? I was like, what don't you understand?
Yeah.
And so immediately I was like, okay, this is a red flag. Huge red flag. And then they're like, send it to this Venmo. And I was like, this Venmo? And then I said, when will this puppy be available? They're all, next Friday. I was all right. Next Friday, huh? And I already know about this breed. This breed is only...
It's not available till Tuesday.
No, they only go into estrus like once a year. And the pups usually aren't born until like around November. So I was like, next Friday, you already have puppies, huh? All right. And so now I'm like, okay, I know what this is. So then I start fucking with them. I was like, I'm on the road. What am I going to do? So I'm in the van. I'm just like, all right, I sent it. And they're all, I can't see it. And I was like, well, I sent it there.
Yeah.
And they're like, why don't try this one? I was like, well, I'm not gonna send more money to a different one. I already sent to this one. And they're like, I don't get. And I was like, all right, I'll tell you what, we'll try again tomorrow. They're like, okay. So the next day happens, and then they're like, hey, are you still interested? I was like, yeah, that hasn't changed.
Yeah.
And they're like, all right, try sending it to this one. I was like, all right, I withdrew the other money. I'll try this one. They're like, okay, did you get it? No. Well, I don't tell you. I sent it. And then I was like, all right, listen, I'm on the road right now. How about this is what we'll do? I'll just pay all the money up front. I'll even, when I get back into town, I'll even drive. They're like in Riverside. I was like, I'll even drive to Riverside to just see the puppy. I want to see the puppy. And so they send me, they're like, oh, you want to see it? They send me pictures. I was like, well, I could pull pictures off Google. Yeah. Like, I want to see the dog first. Yeah. And then they're like,
take a picture of you holding the dog.
Yes. Yeah. They're like, well, that's not how we do things. I was like, okay. And so I was like, we'll try again tomorrow. So now by this time, I'm back home. And it's early in the morning. And they're like, hey. And I was like, perfect.
I'm outside.
Yeah, they're like, are you gonna send the money? And I was like, no, but I have a really good idea. And they're all, what? And I was like, here's what I think we should do, because I really want to see the pup. They're like, well, how are you gonna do that? I was like, well, I'll drive up there. I'm off today. I'll drive up there. And they're like, and I was like, you know what? I'll make it even easier. Let's FaceTime. Yeah. I was like, FaceTime and then show me the pup. They're like, oh, we don't have that ability. And I was like, interesting. So,
but you got Venmo, motherfucker.
Right. Yeah. While this is happening, though, while like I'm having this conversation now, like right over there at that desk, I find the person who I think I'm talking to. I find their actual phone number, and I call them, and they pick up, and I said, "Hey, this is my name is Brian. Blah. I've been speaking with you, quote unquote, through Facebook," and then she was like, no, I know exactly what you're talking about. And I said, cool. I think, yeah. She's like, I think I know what's going on too. And she's like, yeah, someone hacked my Facebook, and I think they're like from Nigeria or whatever, but they've been trying to scam people. And I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure what's, and then so she gave me she even told me, she's like, I won't have my only female right now isn't of age yet, and I won't have puppies for like another year. So I was like, okay, I appreciate your time.
Keep me on speed dial.
Yeah, I appreciate your time. Thanks for everything. And she's like, but I do know other reputable breeders. Here are their numbers. And so she was like, give
you the inside scoop.
Yeah.
Insider trading.
And she, like friendly. She didn't have to do that. She was like, no, I want you.
Nice people. Yeah.
But dude, so then I get back to this person, and I was like, all right, you know what? I'll send you the money, but I don't know how, because your accounts aren't working. They're like, go to the Apple store and get a $500 gift card scratched off, send me a pic. I was like, get the fuck out of here. I was like, you're and I just straight up call them out. I was like, hey, I just got off the phone with, this person. And they're like, that's impossible. I didn't talk to you. I was like, I know, because you're a scammer. And I'm like calling them out. They're like, that's impossible. I would never scam some of their hard-earned money. And I was like, I was like, but I think what's possible is that you hacked this person's Facebook and you're scamming people. No response, like whatsoever, dude. These people are pieces of shit. And these are the people I don't like.
Okay. I love
that. Like, why doesn't the Taliban do something about these people?
They're the ones doing it. No. So, for about, honestly speaking, for about 9 months. Yeah. I've been on YouTube a lot these days.
I have too, to the point where I'm thinking about canceling everything.
Yeah.
I just watch YouTube.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I'm like one of my students.
So there's these guys that I follow. I don't
the Paul brothers?
No. One, I think his name is Jim Browning. Shout out to him. And the other one's called Kit Boga, I think.
Sure.
Basically what they do is they're cyber people, they're hacker men. And
are they Asian?
No, they're white.
Interesting.
And they hack into scam agencies in like India and shit.
Nice.
And they troll the scammers.
Hell yeah.
I kind of want to pull it up.
That makes me nervous.
Well, they have like virtual machines. It's like they like hide like between layers of IP addresses. Like they'll never be found. Like these guys are like Like Anonymous is looking for these.
Because I'll tell you what, I wanted to fuck with this scammer hardcore, but then I was like, wait, if he has the ability to hack shit,
exactly.
he's gonna fuck with me.
I know he's gonna hack my phone right now.
Yeah, so I was like, I'm not gonna do anymore. I was like, I'm done.
Just look up on YouTube real quick, like Jim Browning or Kit Boga, I think it's called, or he's called.
Hold on.
But yeah, so I don't want to look at their videos because they're long, but like give yourself the chance to like go through one of them and just like you hear them freak out. And
who am I looking at?
Kit Boga.
Oh,
yeah, right there.
One word, huh? Craziest scammer I've ever called.
He uses like voice altering. Long. Yeah, he uses like voice altering like apps.
Yeah, like from Scream. No?
Huh?
Like from Scream? Remember the Hello, Sydney?
No, boy, it makes him sound like an old lady.
Oh, okay.
Or it makes him sound like yeah, it's just but
these are way too long.
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't want to like look into it because I just want you to see what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Scammers regret sending grandma undercover. This guy looks like he's our age.
Kinda, I guess. And
he looks.
So this guy's like the more wholesome. Like I'm just gonna troll these guys, like in a family friendly way.
You think this guy's younger than us?
Maybe they're the computer generation. And the other guy that
his receding hairline's ridiculous, and he's got a beard.
And the other guy I watched, Jim Browning, he's like more aggressive. Like he'll actually hack into the scammer's computer and like download viruses or like upload like just troll pictures and shit, or like rearrange their desktop or lock their computers.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I was not expecting these guys to look like this. All right.
Trust me, dude. Give yourself a chance to like just watch them.
I mean, I'll check it out.
Like hearing them like just rant and scream, hilarious. Because it's like, so when he poses like an old lady, they'll be like, oh yeah, go to the Best Buy. Like, and they'll be like, I'll even stay on the phone with you so you know which ones to get. It's like, go to Best Buy, get like $500 gift cards.
Yeah.
Like, come back, and then, like, this is how we're going to, like, fix this transaction error or whatever.
Dude, it's so weird that clearly that works, because clearly they're getting
people are doing it,
They're getting some idiots to do it. But, like, this guy, when I forgot to mention when he talked about the agreement form, the reason he didn't send me the agreement form, he's like, oh, we ran out. And I was like, well, you don't have like a PDF. You could just send me a PDF. Email me a PDF. And he's just like, I don't have it. And I was that doesn't make any sense. And so then no response. Hours goes by. I'm in my hotel room and I get a message and it's a video of him like in a dark room. Like I don't see him, but I see a computer screen and it's like a template of an agreement form that he clearly just like typed out. He's like, here it is. And I was like, cool, send it. And then they're like, tomorrow, it's not ready yet. I'm all, dude.
I'm not finished making it yet.
This is so weird.
It still says the other company's name that I ripped it off. Yeah.
Dude, it was so weird. It didn't make any sense. I was like, how are people falling for this, man?
See, like, I've done my fair share of, I don't want to say scamming or like, just hustling, you know?
Why are you doing this?
But it was like for me to like get by, it was very selfish. But like I never
That's what they're doing.
Yeah, I never once thought about the person that's receiving it. But like now that like I'm an adult and I was like, fuck, dude, I fucked so many people over.
Dude, it's brutal. I can never do that.
Like it was baseball cards and Pokemon Tazos for me.
Yeah. Like, what were you doing? You're just like upselling them? What are you talking about? Like,
it's kinda. So basically, I would grab the baseball card packets. You know, like so the way I remember, I don't know if it was the same or maybe it was different.
Yeah.
It was like the packet was like the size of the baseball card, and there was like a piece of gum.
Yeah.
That was like the size of the baseball card, and then the baseball card.
Yeah.
Like it always came with like gum.
Yeah.
I always just wanted the candy. I never really gave a fuck about the baseball card, but I knew people liked them.
Yeah.
So.
Well, they're worth money.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So I would like carefully open up the bag, take out the gum, and then like
reseal it.
Not reseal it, but like I would take out the card and see if it was any duplicates that I had over the years or whatever. Put them back, basically, and then I would like reseal them with like a hair straightener.
Right.
And I would go to school and like trade and be like, hey man, like, can I get that card and I'll give you 3 packs?
Yeah.
They were fixed. And it could be like 3 of like the same card and be like, all right, here.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty douchey on a small scale.
Yeah.
I never did anything like that. The only thing I ever did, and it wasn't scamming, it was the type of businessman I am. I was just like, this is how much I'm going to sell it for. And it was clearly overpriced, but I was like, no, this is how much I'm selling it for. Yeah. That was it. I knew it wasn't worth that much, but like, that was it.
I'm your only connect for this.
Yeah. And so it was like, oh man, that sucks. But yeah, I'm your only connect for it. Yeah. And so I even felt guilty about that.
Yeah, I guess, but
like,
not like these motherfuckers, all right?
Yeah, these guys are
ruthless, dude. So
a whole other level.
One thing I saw is that like, so I remember not doing this, but like experiencing this when I worked at the Capitol, where it's like when I had tech issues with my computer, you call and it's like, hey, like, can you help me fix this on my computer? And it goes, all right, screen me in. Yeah. So like, there's this app that, you know, these already had, but you can download it like on any computer.
Yeah.
And just with like the IP address, someone on another computer can control your computer. Mm-hmm. So the tech guy would, you know, fix my computer for me and I would watch him do everything.
Yeah.
So what these scammers do is they do that. It's like, oh, well, your computer's fucked up internally. Good thing I can help.
Right.
So you let them in.
Yeah.
And then they're like, wait, log into your bank account real quick. So you log in because you're like, oh, he's not over my shoulder. He can't see what I'm typing. So you log in, and then all of a sudden they'll like make your screen go black.
Yeah, but they can still see.
But they can still see your screen. So basically, they remotely shut off your screen.
Yeah.
Leave yours open. Do whatever they want. And so
now, if they're already in, are they just in, or can you like unplug everything?
Yeah, you can. So they only have control over what you see on your screen.
Yeah.
So, but they can't like click links or anything.
Okay.
They can't like dive in. So what they do is that like they go on like the command prompt and they rearrange the code to where it makes a certain line say a different thing. So for example, like they would say like open your bank statement.
Yeah.
So you see your bank statement, you see whatever you have in your balance, and they'll change it to like 0, for example. Like your money's still there,
right?
But they changed it to 0. Or what I've seen them do on these things is they'll add money to it. It's like, oh my God, we accidentally like deposited $10,000.
Yeah.
So like, give me that money back. It was like, no, fuck you. Like that's my money. It's like, it's in my account. You fucked up.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay. Well, there's one way you can do this. Just go to Best Buy, get the cards. Okay. And then we fix this. You know, it's like, it's already your money already.
Wow.
So yeah.
It's so weird. That's like,
so people fall for it, dude. Because then again, people that aren't computer savvy,
just
think of your mom on the laptop.
Dude, I don't like to because it's really frustrating.
Yeah, exactly. Think of your dad constantly asking you to help him check an email, open a PDF.
He doesn't nearly as much. My mom does.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's like, dude, my mom clicks random Facebook links to random articles because she does her research. And she'll get pop-ups of like your iPhone's infected or whatever.
Oh yeah.
So my mom clicks them, dude, and
she's like, "How do they know?"
She redirects it to like it redirects it to the App Store, and she'll call me and be like, "Hey, like I'm downloading this app because like this pop-up," and I'm like, "The fuck are you doing?" Yeah. It's like they have everything now.
We just lost the company.
Exactly. It's like, oh my God.
Dude.
Dude, my dad's gotten his credit card number stolen before. So it's like, and it's the only thing that like goes through my mind. It's like, they clicked a pop-up. Dude. Right, they probably did because they don't know, dude. They don't know.
My dad can get scammed easily from a pop-up if it's like a deal on something. You know, like, hey, get this 85-inch TV for $50. My dad's like, I'm in.
Hot singles near you.
No, it's got to be like a deal on a product. And my dad's
that's what. Call back to what I said earlier. Like anyone that buys from Wish.com,
right?
Like shoot yourself in the foot. Like you're better off shooting yourself in the foot because, dude. So again, these tech savvy people that I follow on YouTube. They
How do you find these people?
Algorithms. So, they purposely buy shit from Wish so he could to basically tell people like this shit's a scam, dude. Like don't fucking do it.
Yeah.
Every now and then they'll get like official products, but it's like super outdated. It's like from 10 years ago. Yeah.
Jesus.
But it's like official product. Yeah. Either way, it's like you're getting fucking scammed. Like if a deal's too good to be true, then it's too good to be fucking true. Yeah.
Fuck, man.
Like that Nigerian prince dude that was out there scamming people on Craigslist.
Yeah. I mean, props though.
Now he's over here slanging puppies. Like, not only is he royalty, he's a dog breeder on the side. You know?
A Basenji dog breeder. Yeah, man. I
or is he the ultimate hustler?
No, he's not. Dude. I just can't stand these fools that scammers. Like they're the biggest pieces of shit. I just want to go Hitler on them.
Like the people that sell CDs out the side of the road, pirated CDs.
I don't think they still do that, do they?
I mean, growing up, I remember seeing that a lot. So it's like technically they're scamming.
Yeah. I think when it's like something like that, pirated CDs, it's more you're sticking it to the man, and for some reason.
Because like this, all art should be free kind of a thing?
No, it's not that all art should be free. Because for sure the artist is getting screwed. Yeah. But the artist is not getting screwed by that person doing the pirating. The artist is already getting screwed by the record label. And that pirate is screwing the record label.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I never really like got so upset with that. These record labels back in the day, they just really screwed over.
Vicious, dude.
Yeah.
Vicious.
Like, they were the fucking scammers. They are actually the scammers.
Capitalism, baby.
Yeah. The pirater is literally the Robin Hood.
The Robin Hood, yes.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude. It's just...
Because do you remember when Napster came out?
Yeah, so I was about to say, like, so when is scamming ethical?
It's not that it's ethical, but when Napster came out, ironically, Metallica was spearheading the whole
anti-piracy
because
they were losing money.
But Metallica got huge because of pirating back in the day.
Oh,
Metallica originally got huge
because everyone was listening to them.
Well, because people were bootlegging their cassettes, and so when they didn't have any money, but their music was getting out there, people were coming to their shows because they were buying bootleg, their bootleg record, and they would come to the show. So back when they didn't have money, they were like, "Oh yeah, take my music for free. We don't give a shit as long as people come to the show." So because of piracy, they blew up and became massive. Then when they had the money and Napster came along and was doing essentially the same thing that they were doing.
With how they started,
they were like, no, fuck that.
I can do it, not you. I can do it, not you.
And so like, motherfucker, you know, like you're a hypocrite.
Yeah. Fuck, yeah. I didn't think about it like that. I didn't even know that, to be honest.
It's kind of ironic.
Ironic. Like the Alanis Morissette song. Ironic.
Bless her heart.
Huh?
I said bless her heart.
That song is named Ironic, but the song's not about irony. So does that make it ironic?
Oh.
Is she scamming us?
I think so. She's Canadian.
Oh, those goddamn Canadians, dude.
Fucking from the great white north.
Okay, when I think of Alanis Morissette, I merely it's just 90s. It's just like aesthetic just comes to mind.
I think of Ryan Reynolds.
You think of Ryan Reynolds when you hear Alanis Morissette?
They were married.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
He scammed me out of this experience.
He scammed her. Yeah.
How did he scam her?
She probably scammed him.
They're scamming each other. There's a lot of scamming going on.
Canadians. Because he's Canadian as well.
I didn't know that either.
You didn't?
No.
It's yeah. That's he has that aviation gin company, which is an American gin, and that's part of like their advertisement. He's like the great American gin owned by a Canadian.
That I didn't fucking know that.
It's kind of funny. Yeah, he's Canadian.
Holy shit! What other great Canadians in disguise do we got? Or
Dan Aykroyd's Canadian.
Okay. So is Ryan Reynolds a Canadian in disguise or an honorary American?
I'd say he's an honorary American now because I think he lives here. Because I think his wife is American. I think Blake's Lively is American.
Yeah.
But and then most of his work is here because he's a famous Hollywood actor.
So he's an honorary American.
I think he's an honorary. Plus, he owns a Great American Gin Company.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So what other Canadians in disguise are lurking amongst us?
Isn't Conan Canadian?
Conan?
Conan.
I was going to say Joseph Conan.
Shout out to 2012 or what was
he's
it?
very much African.
Yeah, I think Conan O'Brien's Canadian, isn't he? Look it up.
Look it up, yeah.
I know. Matthew Perry is Canadian.
Is there a list? The U.S. must have an archive of like how many Canadians
we can look up
live amongst us, right? Yeah, famous Canadians in America. Yeah,
we don't have to put America. Famous Canadians. The Rock. That's not true.
Yeah.
There's Matthew Perry though. Like I said,
he's Canadian.
Wayne Gretzky, obviously, he played hockey.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is Terry Fox? David Suzuki, Don Cherry, Margaret. There's a lot of people.
I know Chris Hadfield. That's an
astronaut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But everyone knew he was Canadian.
Oscar Peterson. He's Canadian?
Is he a Canadian in disguise?
He's Montreal, yeah. Holy shit.
Is he an honorary American?
I thought he was American
because he
the whole
plays
time.
Bam?
Because
he plays Bam?
Yeah, you're right. Alexander Graham Bell, holy shit. Scottish-born American citizen, lived in portions.
So
that's lived. No,
he's an honorary Canadian.
I want like legit. Let's go famous Canadian.
Like Michael Bublé.
Yes, Michael Bubbles. Let's go famous Canadian actors. Let's go actors here. Jim Carrey, that's right.
Ryan Gosling?
I did not know about Ryan Gosling. I knew about
is he honorary American?
I thought he was American through. I knew Seth Rogen, Michael J. Fox, yes, Mike Myers. Wait, Keanu Reeves.
I thought he was from Hawaii.
That's what I thought too. Fucking Bill Shatner.
What the fuck?
Look at all these people that are Canadian. Holy shit.
Wait.
Whoa, dude.
Wait. No, my world's flipped upside
Michael
down.
Cera, Kiefer Sutherland, Rachel McAdams, Dan Aykroyd, like I said, Martin Short.
Wait. Rachel McAdams is Canadian?
What? She's American as fucking apple pie.
She's an honorary American in my eyes.
As a Canadian actress after graduating from a theater in York University, worked in Canadian.
Wow.
She's from London, Canada.
London, Canada, by the way. Yeah, Shout out to London, Canada.
London, Ontario. Will Arnett. Look at Jay Baruchel.
Yeah. Oh, we know he's Canadian.
Rick Moranis. I knew that. Hayden Christensen, fucking Darth Vader. Eugene Levy. Look at all these Canadians.
I don't think I'm comfortable anymore. Oh, there's my guy Tim Riggins, Taylor Kitsch. Tim Riggins.
What about Howie Mandel?
He's an honorary American according to Black.
Howie Mandel.
Tommy Chung's Canadian?
Tommy Chung.
I thought he came from Southern California.
Speaking of Scream, Nev Campbell, Matthew Perry, Raymond.
Oh my God.
Dude, who are all these guys and gals that are American claiming Canada? I knew Drake was Canadian. Norm Macdonald is Canadian? I thought this dude was like from Boston.
Yeah, he's an honorary American, dude.
What? He's from Quebec.
So he's French-speaking Canadian? That makes it even worse.
We really got to go to Canada, man. They got some funny people.
Hey. What's that all about?
I know. Yeah, see? Ryan's Reynolds.
They're number one. They're number 1 and 3.
Jim Carrey, I remember. Seth Rogen, I
knew Jim Carrey was. Wait. Steve-O's Canadian, isn't he?
I don't think so.
Look it up. I think Steve-O's Canadian.
I don't think so. I think he would be up there. Entertainer. Wimbledon, London, UK. He's from the UK.
Oh, he's the original Canadian.
Yeah. Wow.
So is he an honorary American?
I would say so. He doesn't have a British accent whatsoever.
I thought he was Canadian.
No, citizenship. He has dual citizenship.
Oh, with Canada.
No.
It says right, citizenship, Canada's right there.
Trio, 3, because he has the UK as well.
Oh, shit. So he is Canadian.
This guy could go everywhere.
Was Canadian.
His mother was.
Yeah, then she switched governments.
But I don't know if he lived there. Oh, okay, moved to Toronto. Yeah. Which, by the way, people from Toronto, they say Toronto. Like Toronto or something.
Like,
yeah, they say Toronto.
They run it through.
No, like CHRONTO. They say
Toronto?
Yeah, they say Toronto.
Toronto.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so one thing I never knew. So growing up all my life in a place not in San Francisco, I've always heard people call it San Fran.
Yeah. I never said that, but yeah.
But I've always heard
it.
Yeah.
I've heard it.
Or Frisco.
That's less common, but I hate it too, just as much. Yeah.
Went to San Francisco with my lady.
Yeah.
Did not hear it once. When I said it, people looked at me weird.
Yeah. That's like people refer to Orange County as the OC, but nobody from Orange County calls it the OC.
I'm not from there, but I call it the OC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's because of that goddamn show.
Is it?
Oh, yeah. The OC.
The OC.
Yeah, no. They don't call it the OC. They call it Orange County.
Is that a Mandela effect?
No, I don't think so.
No, it's not.
You call San Diego the Salty D.
The Salty D. The Salty Ego.
San Diego. Whale's vagina. Mm-hmm. I always just...
Spanish for a whale's vagina.
I've heard it just SD a lot.
The Salty D has always been kind of like my own little spin.
Yeah, I like it. It's a nice one.
I don't know.
It's graphic.
Yeah.
It's very graphic.
Yeah. It's been
1 week since you looked at me.
Tell me why recently on TV and the shows that I've been watching, I've been hearing nothing but like spin doctors.
Because the 90s are back, dude.
The 90s are back, baby.
The 90s and early 2000s are back with a vengeance. Dude. I mean, I was in Target the other day, and I swear I was just looking at a bunch of Christina Aguilera's and Britney Spears, dude. The fashion is insane. It's very confusing to me.
Low-rise jeans are coming back.
Dude, it is so odd to me because I already experienced this, and I used to think these girls, were attractive back in the day because I was like, that's what the girls were wearing.
I think we're just getting older.
We're definitely getting older, but it's just frustrating as to how fast it seems like it came back around. Because it feels like this wasn't that long ago.
That's how kind of like how my mom felt when she saw like when the 80s stuff was coming back.
Yeah.
She was like, "Huh, you guys are wearing this again?" And I was like, "What do you mean again? Like this is new, Mom." She's like, I got this in my closet right now. I was like, what do you mean?
Dude, that's why I'm no longer getting rid of clothes.
Dude.
Keeping them.
So I'm talking to my employees and I joking around. I was like, "Hey man, like 2000 came back," and he goes, "Time to bust out my FUBUs." He's like, I knew I had to keep them for something.
The Fat Farms?
Fat Farms, fucking, not Phyllis, South Poles.
Yes, South Poles.
South Poles.
Holy shit.
Damn, dude. Rockaware.
So do you think like...
Those must be relics now, dude.
Do you think like black dudes are going to start wearing the baggy jeans with like cartoon characters on them again?
Holy shit.
Remember that shit?
You know what I found hilarious? So I found a subreddit called like it's something about tattoos. I can't think of the name right now, but it's like it's fucked up tattoos.
Yeah.
And like those like gangster cartoon t-shirts?
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about?
I remember this.
It's like Bugs Bunny like holding cash and shit with like a gun.
I do remember this. Oh my god, that was such a bad fucking era.
Well,
but that's exactly what I'm talking about on the jeans too.
Yeah.
Because I was literally thinking of Looney Tune characters.
Yeah. So on this subreddit, it's a bunch of people that have like those tattoos, and they're like now like being like, I've come to accept that this is a shitty tattoo.
But not anymore because LeBron James is in Space Jam, so it's back with full effect.
So like the one I saw is like SpongeBob like with 4-finger rings and like a grill, like snapping his fingers, holding the gun in the other hand.
Upset. I'm so
with like
upset.
a derby hat.
Oh my god, dude. Yeah, I'm ready to wrap it up.
Yeah.
Like life.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Yeah. On that note, we're gonna go end each other's lives.
Yeah, like it's just too much.
Before we earn our right passages to the elders.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess we gotta suck some people off.
I mean, gotta suck today's dick. No, but still though, dude, like just wrapping it all up.
Put a bow on it.
Everything's a scam.
Put a bow on it.
Don't trust anything out there. Do your own fucking research. Do what you think is right.
I hate to do your own research, but at the end of the day, it's just like you're gonna do it anyway.
You're gonna do it anyway.
You're gonna reinforce what you kind of have a hunch on.
Mm-hmm.
And I like to hear the opposing side as well, but I also like to. I guess this is the opposing side if you're watching or taking information from other countries about your own country.
It's just yeah. But it's just like do your research, but be open to outside criticism and like opinions and shit. Like you may not be right, but you may not be wrong as well.
That's true.
You know.
And on that note, any final thoughts? That's it, probably.
Nah, that's pretty much it. We'll talk about my Midwest trip next time.
Oh yeah, that's right, dude. We didn't even get into it.
Just a lot of Confederate flags. That's all I gotta say.
Trump 2024.
Hell yeah.